Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Stock. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Today I would like to talk to you about 3 companies ahead of their earnings reporting tomorrow, 2 of them before market open and 1 of them after the market closes. And it's a mix between things that I expect good things coming from their earnings. Also there's analyst revisions that have been upgraded within the last 3 months. So between what I see in the charts and also what I see with the revisions coming up, I think that we're going to hear some good things from these companies, and it really might be the catalyst that we have that pushes us upward with these stocks towards those gains. So stick around, let's get ready to rock. Welcome back. For those of you who are interested, down in the description is a link to my Patreon. By going over to Patreon and signing up, you'll get access to my growth portfolio, my dividend portfolio, my weekly newsletter, my weekly watch list of stocks, also access to my private Discord where we talk about the stocks, the things that excite us. Today we were talking a lot about Coinbase and waiting for that IPO to come out. Some people jumped in on it. For me, it slipped right past the price that I was willing to buy in, and so now I'm going to wait, see if it drops back down to where I'm a little bit more comfortable. I know this isn't a video about Coinbase, but under 300, I'd be very comfortable entering a position. Above there, I'm just a little bit hesitant this early in the game with Coinbase. That's another story for another time. I better move on. Like I said, that link for the Patreon's down in the description. Also down there, you'll find a link to Webull. You can sign up, deposit $100, get 2 free stocks. I get 2 free stocks for the referral, so thank you guys for any support that you show. Even if it's just watching these videos, I really appreciate it. If you do like them and you'd like to subscribe and you haven't already, go ahead and do so. Hit the notification bell, hit the like button, share with your friends. Let's get on to the stocks. So the first stock that I have for you is Alcoa, and Alcoa is an aluminum manufacturer, so they work with aluminum and bauxite and all that kind of stuff, and they have their Q1 earnings coming out tomorrow, and you'll see here it says after the market closes, and then they also have their earnings per share estimate that they have versus the loss of 23 cents per share in the first quarter of 2020, but we all know what that was like. So moving right along from there, also they have that revenue estimate that they have here, up 11.3% year over year. Again, going back to the start of the pandemic, really infringing on some of these things. It might be something that slowed us down. Now, mind you, that happened towards the end of quarter 1, but it still could have had some impact on it. So looking into it, the thing that I really like about this, that they have beaten in the last 2 years, that the EPS estimates, and more importantly down here over the last 3 months, they've had 5 upward revisions and only 2 downward. So I think that is good news for us, that the analysts expect strong numbers to come from from Alcoa, and so that could be a good vote for us. Let me share the chart with you, and right here we're looking at the daily chart for Alcoa. Again, ticker symbol AA, and it's not a bad looking chart when we look at it over the dailies, and just something to really kind of clean this up a little bit and show you. First of all, we have this resistance happening right around, let me move my image out of the way here. There we go. So we have this resistance that's happening somewhere in the area from this $34 mark up to about $34.30 or so, and we're really trying to break through that, and with strong earnings we can get that. You can see with the day that it had today that maybe other people expect that to happen as well. That doesn't necessarily mean that you missed the boat. As a matter of fact, if we go to the weekly chart and really clean up some of the noise that we're seeing, looking over a longer time frame, if we look at this, we have some good volume coming into this, and we have a lot of upward movement recovering through their stock price, and then we have sort of this flag formation coming off of this, and so this thing could be set for a breakout, especially if we get strong, if we beat estimates, if we really get a good beat on them, then we could really see this thing really push higher into their stock prices. And if we look at the analyst estimates, right now we're sitting at $33.39, has a 12-month price target at the high end of $43 per share. So we still have about a 30% upside to there from where we're at right now. But like I said, looking at the chart that we have and the momentum that it has and the fact that it's going right along with the upward trend, it is possible that we could break higher from here, at least in the short term. Even if we don't sustain those levels, I think that we could still use this at least as a short-term play to make a couple percent gain out of it along the way. All right, the next company that I have for you is Citigroup, ticker symbol C, simply the letter C. And for this one, again, the earnings are tomorrow, but this one's before the market opens, and you can check out their consensus estimate of $2.52, 140% year over year. They're expecting for that, so that's huge, and some of that's most certainly already priced into the stock already. And then when we look at that revenue estimates, it looks like we're still down about 9% or so. So over the last 2 years, they beat their earnings per share estimates 88% of the time, so things really are looking favorable for us. And as a matter of fact, if we look at the revisions over the last 3 months, there's been 10 upward revisions and absolutely no downward revisions. So we got a lot of good news expected for Citigroup, so getting a beat on that would also be really strong for us as well. JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, they had excellent results coming out of their earnings today, so banks in general are hoping to really keep that momentum going. All right, taking a look at the daily chart that we have for Citigroup, the nice thing here is that we are not at this top that we were at before, so we actually have some room to move upward before we hit resistance. And you can see we had a bit, sort of a consolidation for the last while. It looks like ever since the end of March or so, and now we're getting into the middle of April, and we've had a lot of sideways movement. And then we had this big green bar. It must have been a good day for financials in general, and this could have also been some movement in anticipation for the earnings coming out tomorrow before the market opens. People buying into their positions, waiting for that sort of opportunity. So this is one that you can also look at in the way that it is an opportunity. And if we look at the analyst estimates, this one is between its low estimate of $66, so a small downside on this one, about 10% or so. But if you look at it, we have over 10% upside even to the average. But the high estimate that we have on this one, $117, we have lots of room to run a very bullish case that we would have for that one. This one, much like Alcoa, if we go to the weekly chart, we get to see some of that noise reduced, and we get to see a good pattern that we have here. Furthermore, prior to the pandemic and the fallout that we had from the pandemic, we have been climbing back, but we have again a bullish pennant pattern here happening where we have the squeeze down and the squeeze up after this pull that we have, sort of like the flag, except for now it's more of a triangle. And this one actually has a fair amount of symmetry to it. And I think with strong earnings tomorrow, if we beat estimates, like I said, we had 10 upward revisions. If we come out strong with that, we could see this thing break higher, breaking above the top line of this. So again, I think that we at least have a short-term opportunity, if not a long-term play on our hands, and that I think it's worth your attention. All right, the last stock that I have for you is Bank of America, and this is one that I've jumped into around the time that it was about $27 per share or so, and it's been a nice ride up. Now it's been sitting right around that $40 per share mark. It's bumped up against $40 and actually passed it just a couple times recently, but it's one that we still have some pretty good resistance there. We'll talk about that when we get to the chart. It does have a 60% year-over-year EPS estimate that we have of 60%, so 60% gain year-over-year going for that. And then revenue down a little bit, but not so bad. Thing that I'm excited about, first of all, that it beats its EPS estimate 88% of the time over the last 2 years. And then over the last 3 months, here we go, 12 upward revisions and 12 upward revisions, 0 downward. So the analysts are expecting really strong things from this, even if you look over here in the ratings, and this was the same for Alcoa. Bullish, very bullish. So Seeking Alpha, Authors, Wall Street, and then the quantitative rankings that we have here. These are all very strong things for Bank of America. All right, so for Bank of America, I think that the daily chart that we have here is a really good view of what we need to see. So we had this green bar, which has been a common theme for all of these plays so far. It looks like it had a day today of about 1.4%. I'm not looking at the after hours here. Really, I'm interested in seeing what we have here for resistance across the top. Again, it happens right around that $40 mark, maybe a little bit above. It looks like $40.28 up to $40.38. And for the most part, we've been moving sideways, a little bit of a dip recently. But we'll see when earnings come out tomorrow before the market opens. The sort of strength that we have, if we smash those estimates, it could be the thing that propels us up through this line of resistance that we have here. It could be the catalyst that pushes us forward, and it just pushes us higher. Let's take a quick look intraday, see what the after hours did for us. So you can see we have a double top resist at $40.33. We had excellent movement here throughout the day, as a matter of fact. That's very strong for us, kind of tapered off a little bit. Again, this is probably moving off JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs news, a lot of that already being priced in, but again, bumping against resistance because it's moving in sympathy with the bank earnings that we've seen so far in anticipation of more strong earnings coming through the banks, but I don't think that their earnings themselves have been priced in yet. I think that those earnings beating those estimates that are out there is what's going to allow us to break resistance. If we fall short, or if we don't get a beat on earnings, or if we get weak revenue, if we get some sort of weakness in the results, something that really damages the outlook for Bank of America, then that resistance I think is going to hold fast as a line of resistance. Taking a quick look at what the analysts say. So out of 27 analysts, we're almost at that average analyst estimate right here, $40.90. And the looks like the most bullish case that we have out of these 27 analysts has us at $50. So that would be a 25% upside from where we're at right now. So for these banking plays that we have, like Bank of America, if Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, any reflection of what we'll see with Bank of America as well, we should have some fairly strong earnings coming out tomorrow. And like I said, it could give us an opportunity for at least a short-term play to make a couple dollars on Bank of America. So let me summarize. For any one of the three stocks, whether it's Alcoa, Citigroup, Bank of America, at any one of those three with those earnings, if we get a beat on earnings, it'll be good news. It'll be a good catalyst for us. And the thing that intrigues me not only about the analyst upgrades that we've had over the last 3 months, but also the chart patterns that we have. We have the bullish flag. So we had already a bullish trend happening for Alcoa, leading up to a flagpole followed by that bullish flag upward. So we could easily break outside of that with the right market bias, with the beat on earnings, and we could be in really good shape for Alcoa tomorrow. Also, Citigroup, we have the bullish pennant, and for that one, again, we already had the bullish trend going on, so that bias is there for us. That's a good thing. That's a good sign. Flagpole, and then we also had a fairly symmetric triangle in there. Okay.
It's bullish.
I have no clue what I was saying now.
But every time you said bullish, I was imagining the bull going.
All right. So, well, she's gonna keep interrupting. I'm just gonna keep leaving it in. So either she'll become part of the show, or she'll stop doing it. We'll find out which. I'm okay with either one. So what you're looking at here is a bookend that I got for my birthday to go along with the background for the channel. I'm still working on studio setup and everything. You don't always see these guys. Maybe you saw them in the background, but there you go. Ooh, too close. So there's the bull head for that one. And yeah, I always go long on stocks. I hardly ever short stocks. If I do it, it's only as a short-term play. I never really bet on a company to go down. I like ones that grow over time. But this guy shows up every once in a while. It's the other bookend. So we got both the bull and the bear. And like I said, they were a birthday present. And it was really cool to get them. And I'd like to showcase them better in the show. Let me set that back down and let me find out where I was at. I was talking about the bullish uptrend that we have for Citigroup, and followed by that bullish pennant that we have. That's along with good volume if we get a volume spike tomorrow. And again, macroeconomically speaking, if we have the right market bias there too, because if we get the wrong one, if we get one that puts downward pressure on, then it could mute even a beat on earnings for a stock like Citigroup. So it's just something we want to pay attention to in general. So good market bias overall. We also have the bullish conditions already for Citigroup, plus we have that tapering that we have where the bulls and the bears are squeezing down. We get the bearish pressure from up top, the bullish pressure from down below, and if we get a beat on earnings, that could cause us to get that breakout upwards. So those are something to look for there. Bank of America, for that one, that top line resistance that we just keep on hitting right around $40 or $40.20, whatever it was, just being able to push past that. Again, macroeconomics, we got to pay attention there to what's going on. Also, continued beat on earnings is what we're looking for. So those are three that I think have potential going into tomorrow's market. At the very least, as short-term plays, I think that we have some good opportunities there. So we'll see what the futures have to say, and we'll see what the future holds for us coming up in the market tomorrow. So thanks for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. If you want to join my Patreon, that link is down in the description. If you want to sign up for Webull, deposit your $100 and get some free stocks out of it. 2 free stocks, that is. That link is also down there waiting for you. I appreciate any support that you guys show. It's really awesome to be on here and doing this and getting to communicate with everybody. And also, I really like being able to talk to people over in the Discord. I better move on. So if you haven't subscribed and you'd like to, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can see anytime that my videos are posted. Click the like button. It helps to really improve with the algorithm that I have for the frequency which my channel shows up for other people, and that also means that I can bring more content to you guys, and I really appreciate all that you have to do. Tell your friends about it if you really like what's going on, and you know, the more the merrier. One more thing before I let you go. There's always, and it seems more and more, there's scammers that go into the comments, and I keep meaning to talk about this, but among all the stock stuff, I keep forgetting about it. They steal my image, whatever my profile picture is, and they're very quick about it. So anytime that I put a video out, they'll take my profile picture and a fake account, and they'll just call it Dr. Stock, just like this channel's name is Dr. Stock, and they'll comment and they'll be like, hey, contact me. They'll leave WhatsApp numbers, and you know, it shows up. It looks like I'm trying to get you to contact me, and are not. If you want to talk to me at all, like over in the private Discord, or you can talk to me in the comments and have a conversation, but I'm not here to try and connect with you, to invest with me. You guys invest for yourselves. I invest for myself. I'm just trying to help bring a little bit more education and a little bit more entertainment to you, and I'm certainly not looking to scam anybody. So look for the highlight for any YouTuber for the channel. So I don't care if it's Meet Kevin or Stockmo, or if it's Larry Jones, you know, any of those guys. Keenan Grace is another one. My financial friend, Mike Jones. There's a bunch of guys that I think are just super awesome. And if you look at their comments, anytime that they are the ones responding to you, and if I'm the one responding to you, there's a highlight box around our names. That's how you know it's authentic. So make sure that you pay attention to that. So I'm sorry to go on about it, but it's important to me that you guys are safe when you're watching these, and that you're investing safely, that we're here to protect the money that we have and grow the money that we have, certainly not lose it to something like a scam. So that's what I have for you today. And remember, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research and due diligence. Contact a financial advisor before making any financial decisions. I'm Dr. Stock. Thanks for rocking with me. Now go get that money.